Good evening, everyone. I'm down here at Indian Mound Park, and right off the bat, before I could even get in, I seen a deer head looking up at me, and look at all of them right there. Got a whole big group of them. Have a good thermal going on them. It's a good read. They come right up here to the stairway right there, and the one stuck its head up and looked at me because I was actually parked here. You see them taking off back there, and I was wondering whether I should come down here or not, and I started praying for it. And when I got done with my prayer and looked up, there was a deer looking at me. The Lord answers right away. So we're going to do a hike down here. So alrighty, let me give the introductions. Okay, this is T-Mac for T-Mac's American Experience, and we are out here on a hiking adventure and investigation of Indian Mound Park, my favorite place. I only have one or two more of these hikes in before the surgery, and I want to hit my favorite spots. And you always wonder about timing and placement, and right off the bat I can say we're at the right place and at the right time. So get ready. If you see something, you hear something, say something. All right, turn this around because I'm hearing more noise over there. We'll go over some of the noise pollution here. It is actually a pretty nice night out here. April the 22nd. I can still see those deer on thermal, that's a good thing, because they're not going to be able to hide from me when they're down here. It doesn't look like anything's going to be able to, which is good. I see them running all around over there. They're running back and forth. So we'll end up checking them out some more. I want to come onto the bridge first, though, and we're going to discuss our noise pollution. We're right by the highway, State Route 7. This is the Cole Walker Bridge. Conneaut Creek level is a little high, so the water sound is a little bit much. Peep frogs are out, but we'll have, unfortunately, plenty of highway traffic noise. We're on this is called like a rainbow style bridge. I think it's one of only a few left in existence. Built in the mid 1920s. Oh yeah, I got these deer on the thermal all through the woods here. There's several of them right up there along the edge of the river. Got it zoomed in on them. You can see them there. Looks like they're getting a drink. So, all right. So, and also we're gonna hear our train. You can hear them in the background there. Trains, planes, and automobiles will disrupt this video. Unfortunately, nothing I can do about it. However, this is my favorite spot. This is an epically beautiful place with, as we can see right from the get-go, a ton of wildlife. We're at right now about 13 minutes past sunset, and one of the things I liked about this is the whole forest floor is green. Indian Mound Park in particular is noted for it has a lot of wildflowers. So this springtime here, down here, just the grass, just the whole area is beautiful when it starts to bloom down here. So they're starting to get on some leaves on the trees too. Things are really starting to green up. And we got a couple little breaks and reprieves from some rain, but we've had a bunch of heavy rain, and as you can see, water level's still pretty high. Thankfully, the pathway is still passable right there, because sometimes that gets underwater. I'm sure it's a little muddy back here. So unfortunately, as I said, I wish I could eliminate the noise pollution that, you know, around here because this place is so epic. When I last checked this place, it was December, and caught something very creepy watching me. That was definitely not human, but was bipedal. We caught it on video. Sue actually found it on there, and I can see those deer are still down there. And I had a rock thrown at me that night that was like very unsettling and caught me off guard. So in this place in the past, we've had several rock throws, screams and howls, stick breaks, tree knocks, everything under the sun here. Lots of wildlife. This is a place where I've gotten bobcats visually, caught them on video, and caught some very, very large coyotes roaming through here with some what I would call unique color of eye shine that I have never seen before or since. So that's kind of the totality of the circumstances. So let's get into it, because like I said, active right away. And it's going to start getting dark here real quick. We are in the valley. You see, unfortunately, the highway right there, and just cars stacked up there. That's kind of the unfortunate part about this place. Just right, one of the most epically beautiful wooded areas and historic areas. This is where the giants were buried. Okay. And they just built a highway right next to it. This is the first property settled in the area, settled in 1800, before Ohio was a state. Actually, I believe it was Aaron Wright staked claim to this in 1798 and made a settlement on here at a it took him a little bit of time to get things situated, but then by 1800 he had a permanent settlement right here. Again, epic. They found the giants down here. Once hopefully, I say this hopefully, as it gets darker, some of the traffic will die down. Oh, okay, right there, there's a couple of Hattie's friends. I just gotta be careful. I hope they're not on the nest, because the cobra chickens will come for me. I got their little heads are showing on the thermal. So I just gotta try and talk to them nicely, because the cobra chickens aren't afraid of anything. All right. Friends of Hattie, I'm not going to touch you or bother you. I'm just walking past, okay? I'm not going to bother you. Now, definitely interested to see where our deer went. Because I was seeing them right along the edge, getting a drink. So some of the things I wanted to show you a little bit of right up here at the top of this hill. For those of you who know this already, I've done this place a lot. I talk a lot about it. But anyone who doesn't know, right at the top of that hill is one of the first cemeteries in Ohio, established in 1804. The property was Aaron Wright's, who donated it to a Presbyterian church, in particular so that he could have his mother-in-law buried, who had passed. And then he is buried right up on the top of that hill too. So it's one of the oldest cemeteries in Ohio. This area down here, they found mass Indian graves. This area down here used to be the capital city of the Erie Nation, and the Iroquois came in here, and here on this little plain and all along the Conneaut Creek Valley, the Erie people, women and children, were slaughtered by the Iroquois. I got a thermal hit straight back there, so it's probably one of our deer. I'm not going to click the light on yet because it's going to, it's not going to give away my position to the deer, but they already know where I'm at. But it's going to, oh yeah, I can see the deer clearly through the thermal camera. I got a couple of them over there. So I'm going to walk away and leave them there, because I about guarantee you when I come back around, they're going to be there. And there was a bunch of them down here, so I imagine we'll find them along the way, along with some other stuff, hopefully. This whole little section of the woods floods, especially this winter, because we had the heavy snows and everything. Lots of rain as well this April. So it's very, very prone to flooding. Now, it is much darker down here than what it looks like there, because I got the light on the camera. But you can see right here some of our wildflowers. And there's a lot of them all over here. They said the beauty of this place, it's epic. You can see there, these ones, I remember capturing last year, these blue ones. I remember getting them on video. There's our herd of deer straight in front of us. Watch this. We're going to zoom in. And there they all are. Look at all of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got at least 10, and I had 2 more over just behind me that I was seeing. But look at all of them. Wow. These guys, like in some of the other areas, they've been hiding from me when I'm videoing. Thankfully not here at Indian Mound Park though. So they're all moving along. There is just a huge line of them. I got them all on thermal. And for me, you have no idea that, like, that is a treat. It was worth coming down here. I still got them looking at me there. That is a huge treat. to be able to find all of them like that. That just literally makes my day. Because like I said, our hike objectives, we got the whole tribe back there. I say tribe, the whole herd. We're looking for wildlife, the signs of wildlife, especially the predator activity. We're establishing habitat, and whether it's possible for habitat of an apex predator. And right there they are. They're right up close to me. Yeah, zoom that in again. Look at how close they are. They are like 35 feet from me. And wow. Okay, so that does a lot to establish. If you got in this area here, I just want to show you without that light on, you're looking through here, there's 20 deer in this picture. Here, can you spot the deer? Alright. That's how hard some of that game is to do, even with things like deer. Because one of the things we're trying to see if we can find, in Ohio we call him the grass man, but Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch, the one who keeps throwing rocks at me or screaming at me, pushing over trees, for the people who don't believe that. I got a mountain of evidence saying there's something weird going on in the Ohio woods and the Pennsylvania woods and the Michigan woods. I have been doing these hikes now for just over 2 years. I have done these hikes now in 12 counties across 3 different states and have had the same activity all the way across, from northern Michigan to northwest Pennsylvania. And it's just getting too dark. We're gonna check along. I know our deer are back this way. I just hate putting the light on. It flags me for any people are trying to watch or see. Unfortunately, I've had people stalking me, trying to bother me in my car on hikes. But had kind of a day where I had a whole bunch of stuff going wrong, and I come out here in the woods, like I said, said a prayer first, talk to the Lord, like, should I be here? And literally look up and there is a deer staring at me, and I'm like, yep, I'm in the right place. Thank you, Lord, for answering your prayers, answering my prayers, and answering them quickly. Because I couldn't have imagined, when I was asking for that, I asked, could you let me know if I'm in the right spot right away or if I should go somewhere else. I can't imagine a better way of putting a yes in there to me than having a deer staring me dead in the face. Okay, so river's noisy and it's high, and unfortunately not going to be able to give you too good of a fish report here. We have nice weather, but we have high water level. A little bit rough for the steelhead are out, but it's a little hard to catch them right now. So all those deer are moving up that way, and I don't know, they may end up moving across the street or somewhere. But look at all the beautiful wildflowers are out. And that's one of the things I was saying this to my wife about. One of the reasons I wanted to get down here in the springtime was this area right here. Look at how beautiful this is. This is just a field of these wildflowers, and it pops up here in the same spot every single year. So yes, I am glad I am down here. Now this loop is about a mile-long loop. Unfortunately, with all the noise pollution, it may be very hard to catch any audio of stuff, which is really one of the things I like catching. And I love catching the visuals to it. But I think down here, we're going to be primarily looking for visuals. But just keep your ears, the sound up there, because you just never know. You just never know when all of a sudden the rock decides to come flying out of the woods. Now, one of the other things I will tell you here, as we get down along the ridge, there's houses along there, and you will see some of the lights from those houses. I'll try to, if I see them, I'll try to make sure I point them out, and I'll let you know that those are houses. Now, for some of you, you guys know from watching this that this is why this is like home to me. Through my teenage years, this was our playground. We used to camp out down here in the summer times. We would play down here on the ice in the winter times. It wasn't so bright, but that's what we did. But we would be down here playing all season, every season. This was our favorite spot growing up. So, and it wasn't a park back then. It was just a continuation of the Johnston's farm. And so it wasn't as much, now it's much more wooded because all the cornfield is now a forest. Like I said, the beautiful wildflowers everywhere. I did check, and air quality is, when they say moderate, for someone with asthma like myself, moderate's usually not good. And it is, the air quality, breathing is a little rough down here. Now it's a deer track right there. The other thing I've seen some people footprints and some dogs. There are people who in the daytime on the regular walk their dogs down here. So for me, this is the area I am most familiar with. Is literally spent most of my life down here. Had some epic events happen to me as to why I believe in Bigfoot, Grassman's, Yeti. We had encounters down here in the late 80s through the early 90s that were undeniable visual sightings and every other type of behavior that these things do, from rock throws to stealing some of our camp food. And see, once the traffic dies down and the water's a little deeper over here, it's peaceful and quiet back here. We will eventually turn away from the being on the shore of the river. The late winter, after we knew it was like pretty much most of the snowfall was done, me and John walked back here in the daytime once just to look and see, and the paths were, from it being flooded and everything, were pretty tore up. We'll see how that goes, whether any of that's fixed. Oh, I got eye shine on the side of the hill over here. And I got these too. It's not you guys I'm worried about. There was something above them. They're straight. Let me get the camera focused on right there. Yep. Right in there, I have something alive looking. It might have been looking down at those geese. There, I keep seeing it. There, right there, dead center. It's poking its head out. That is a steep cliff it's climbing down to. So, whatever type of animal that is, it's a good climber. So, it's possibly a raccoon. I've seen possums on some steep hills as well. He's still in there looking. But I think that is a smaller critter. But it's still nonetheless, to me, it's a good catch. We'll see if we get up closer, if we can get a visual on it, because it's further enough away and small enough that I couldn't get a thermal hit on it. Which is also, because that could be some sort of owl. Well, the owls do give off a heat signature. It's just like the geese. Their heads showed. Yeah, there's something right over there. Those feathers deflect off some of the heat, body heat. There are houses above this, so you may see some of that in the background too. His water level is still pretty high. There he is, there he is. Let me zoom in on him. I can see two eyes. I still can't tell what it is. And I am not catching his thermal signature. But I would say probably not an owl, because it doesn't look like it is up in a tree. It looks like it's on the side of the cliff. And I can't get it to move. Now down here, I'm a little more reluctant to set off that predator collar. Well, yes, I have recorded large predators in this area in the past. Okay, right off that way, you see those flickering of lights. Those are house lights from Center Road. Okay, Just making sure you guys have the totality of circumstances. But, yeah, it's still there. It's watching. But I'm reluctant to do that predator collar. Even though I have spotted large predators here before, I don't want there to be any more. The way the deer are down here and how friendly they are. Okay, so I think, because we've got the path going straight there, and I think it's supposed to curve in here. The path, say, got really tore up. Because if they're saying this is the trail, there ain't no way this is the trail. Well, maybe it is. I hear those Canadians going. I maybe should have stayed on that wider path. I remember when I came down here in the winter time and it was a solid sheet of ice. Trying to walk over here in this area in particular was literally ice skating. Okay. So this is where this gets a little dicey as to where the path is. You know what? Right there. I see one of the signs over there, but it's like broken. So I think this is the path over here. So again, this place took a beating this winter. So don't you know, as the traffic noise dies down, our trains have to chime in and say, we will not be denied our spot in the video. Yeah, this was the path, and it got beat up here. Because, yeah, there's the old picnic table stuck in the trees. Erica put that there. I'm not just sure how she did it yet. So we got, those lights are the lights from the baseball field, COYO. Just across there, say this is in my neighborhood. Okay, this one I want to show you the sign on this. And we've caught them on video here laying their eggs. This is a turtle nesting area. I said stay on trail because wreck with the eggs. I don't think they're out laying them yet, but they will be probably in May. I've seen them out laying their eggs in May. Now, let me show you something here real quick. It is flipping dark down here, even though you got some of the CLYO lights over there. Look at how dark this place is. Told you that would this place would get dark quick. Can hear those Canadian geese making a fuss. Heard a couple of bangs there too. There was another bang. Another one. Those bangs actually sound almost like somebody shooting a gun off or something. Alright. No interesting tracks. You know, this is a spot I brought the audio recorder, but it's literally a spot where the audio recorder wouldn't do too well down here. Too much noise pollution. I got a spider web in front of me. Just trying to be thorough with my scans. Those lights you're seeing off there, those are across the river on the CLYO property. Just to give you guys an orientation of where I'm at. Okay, this is Indian Mound Park. Just across the river and a little further west is CLYO. Right on the opposite side of Center Road is that, which is what that's on, is Center Street Access, which is my neighborhood. I've checked, like with the radios that we use, I use with cameraman. That radio will work here with my wife sitting in the living room of our house. So that's how, they were a little staticky, but that's how close we were. That's how close I am home. Before I am incapacitated from the rotator cuff surgery, I had to get down here. I wanted to come back. Like I said, this is the place that got me started and not only in love with the woods, but terrified of the woods at the same time. Get our 6 check done. Those lights are housing lights. Those are housing lights on that side too. Okay, now normally path turns here, but some people decided to make a path here going up onto the base of the Indian Mound. I called and reported this. They haven't done anything about it. So, to me, okay, new trail then. I don't really like that they did it because they're wrecking my woods. Oh wow, this tree actually broke. Oh, that's a shame. This is like a really old tree. I was like laying down here. It finally snapped. That's kind of sad. It still has some roots in the ground, but it's seen better days. So these goofballs put a fire pit up here, illegal. And their little bag tied up here, illegal. Can't see anything. freshly made pathway going up. We're at the base of the Indian Mound. Actually part way up it, but still on the Metro Park property. They made a path going up onto the actual mound, which is private property. Those people, hopefully after I warned them, hopefully they put their trail cameras back up. You see, this is where we would have walked through, and this is where we bypassed. Come right back out onto the main. Just look how green it is through the woods now. That's nice to see. Not sure if you can hear that. That faintly off in the distance is coyotes. I caught that. There's traffic noise that's interfering with that, but I'd swear to God I was hearing a coyote howl. Again, a lot of the noise pollution, so it is hard to catch them. But I'd wager to say that that was a couple of coyotes that were howling, but they were not close to me. And again, I don't really want to set the predator collar off back here. I'd rather have the deer stay around here. I just heard something moving through the brush up there. They have gotten down here and cleared some of the stuff that was over the path. And I was back here last. Man, all of these were tamped down heavily from the snow. They have all bounced back up, walls of thorns. Because I was from here able to see clearly right to the base of the mound. You know, all back through here. You can't see that anymore. And the foliage isn't even fully up yet. very faintly, I'm hearing the coyotes yipping in this direction. Hard to tell because of the traffic noise. Trying to get good scans with the thermal. There was the yipping again. That's definitely a coyote. Spider webs out. You can see some of the lights up ahead. That's the kayak shop across there, and some of the lights from the cars on the freeway will start popping up too. It's one of the reasons I don't like having my light on, because I can be seen by people. And again, some of them are stalking me, some of them are just idiots and like to try to bother me while I'm videoing. Neither of which do I put up with well. Someone decided to toss their bag of trash. So they're like, oh, we're gonna bag our trash up to take it out. Oh no, never mind, we're just gonna leave it in the woods. But it's nice and neat in the bag. Because if you're over on this section of the trail, it meant you were out nature walking. Okay, you're nature walking and you toss your trash into the woods. Just the epic level of stupidity you would have to be to do that. Like I said, this is what sounded like some sort of bird over here. Moths flying around. There it goes. Some sort of bird noise. Moth needs to get away from me. Okay. And this is the natural gas pipe thing over here. That may have been some of that squeaky whistling noise I was hearing. It's the natural gas pipes. I swore I was hearing something this way moving through the woods, but I'm not catching any thermal images. You can see they have to come back here and check this, so they keep this pretty clear. And I'm doing this because on the opposite side of that there's a fairly decent thermal hit, but I can't see anything that would be making that heat. It could just be those glob of trees. I just heard a thud. That was a closer by thud. That sounded like a tree knock. Oh, we got clear skies up there. There's stars in the sky. Hear noises all around over here. Dude, that just scared the crap out of me. What the hell was? Or something just howled. Why is it clinking like that? Now that thing is like quiet. Just something else tinged. I just heard a train car do a crash up there. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm creeped to the max right now. All tinking noises shouldn't. I can see the pipes. Nothing's moving there. Well, I guess that means there's one way to figure this out, right? And gotta have adjust my hat a little bit there. Okay. What the heck is making noises over here? I heard all kinds of different noises. None of those are touching that fence, but something clinked on that fence. I heard it. That is making a little bit of noise, but something clinked onto the metal fence. I can hear that bubbling. It just means I wouldn't light a match around here. I can't smell any of it though. Alright. So, I mean, that thing makes a few little noises from working, but it doesn't clink on that metal fence. That was something else. Don't know what. See a car coming by there. So I'm gonna kill my light for a second, because I don't want anyone to think they need to come back here and check on me. Can hear all the peep frogs up here. All right. So I have someone, a vehicle there. It looks like it's turning up to Route 7. Right up here, we're gonna get into the peep frogs. Double checking thermal signatures to see if I actually have something or not. Doesn't look like it. This neat little opening that's still down. And those are thorns on the ground there too. So, but with that, you can see back through here pretty good. Light it up. Hoping to find those deer again. You know those trains, they just can't stay quiet for long. Okay. I do gotta add right over there, there's Erica's porta potty, her favorite porta potty, and FYI, when I was driving past here earlier today, I seen them cleaning it. So it is a cleaned out porta potty. This is a nice little feature they have here, because this is like a swamp. Usually it's kind of a good vantage point, get you up a little higher. is obnoxiously loud too. But over here's where I caught those bobcat last year, right around this time. They still got the little game camera up there. I don't see any of the herd of deer. There was a little bird flapping through there. That was that noise I heard. You see the traffic's died down on the highway. Just want to see a little bit, see if we can. Nope. Right back there. The freak was that? So I got something over here. Got something over here. Let me move around down here because we're gonna see what we have. We have eye shine. Something in those woods. I don't know if you heard those sticks clatter. And whatever it was that had its head down over here took off. Okay. So one last thing that I wanted to do is kind of where we started out on the bridge. I'd like to go back on there and check it one more time down both sides. But let me see if I can find that eye shine. Checking to see if that car was coming down here or not. So I don't know what made that noise through there. Something that didn't really like that I was around here. Yeah, whatever was making the eye shine over there is gone. I don't know if that was something moving through the woods or something thrown through the woods. But you guys can put that in the comments and tell me what you think. Huh. Again, this is one of my favorite places. It seems to never disappoint. So what do you think? Habitat for a large apex predator. Do you think it's sustainable down here? My vote's yes. Now this creepy, the old bridge here. Imagine this, it'd be this dark. My friend lived at the top of that hill right there, and we would have to walk, sometimes me alone, but me and a couple of my other friends who lived up there in the downtown area, at nighttime, have to walk down this road. And it was the 80s and 90s, no flashlight, so that's what it looked like, kind of dark. Sometimes I catch some wildlife over here. I think maybe if the water level was lower. However, straight back over here, I do have some eye shine. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but there's something in the woods watching us over there. And I'm walking through this place at dark. I remember one night, me and my friend Ken, who all kinds of our things that we had happen to us down here. Ken was with me. We were walking across this bridge, and it sounded like some sort of animal getting mauled to death down there. Scared the ever-living daylights out of us, and we then sprinted up a hill. Until we got up that hill and onto the main road. Remember, we were just epically creeped out. There was always some kind of noises happening down here, especially when we camped out down here. Alrighty. Cynthia Mound Park, unfortunately, by the time I'm able to come back here next, we're talking like June or July time frame. May even be when this video will be released, probably in June when it gets out. But because I'm doing them once a week, this one's going to be near the end. Hopefully, where I'm able to get back out and hike already. So, from the Indian Mound, where the deer literally looked at me and called me in. Gonna miss this place already. So, thank you for watching, everyone. God bless you. Drop things in the comments, and let me know what you thought. I know there's a lot of noise pollution to this one. Thank you for tolerating that, but there's so much wildlife down here, you just cannot overlook it. So, alrighty. This is T-Max for T-Max American Experience, saying God bless you, and you have a wonderful evening.